Hey everyone, and welcome back to Edge of Legends episode 51. It's been such an amazing Wednesday, and it's super excited to get to share it with you. First of all, huge shout out and thank you to Van Sexel. Van, thank you so much for those subs. So great to see you, Blue Suit, and all you amazing people with them here to support the show. I hope you guys stick around. We hope you guys like this amazing episode, and we're going to give you a quick recap before we go into it. But before we go into it, let's do a quick introduction to who these awesome people are. Starting with Mr. Michael Powell. Please tell them who you are and where they can find you on that sweet, sweet internet. Oh, no, wait. Wow, it's been a day. I need to back that up and try it again. I need you to tell me who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are. Oh, my God.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, as always, I am the dastardly, dashing Michael Powell, and I play the fabulous Rufa, who is a investigator and human. And yeah, our pronouns are he, him, they, them.
Excellent. Sam, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I am Sam. Who am I playing? Ichipukton Papaqui, also known as La Pacifica Dorita. And our pronouns are she, her.
All right, last but not least, Sidney, please tell us who you are and who you're playing and what those pronouns are.
Hello, my name is Sidney Rubino. My pronouns are she, her, as is my characters. Ilona, the half-elf Boister Cleric.
Mm-hmm. And in our hearts, but not in our streams this evening, is Kylie and Ian. Life has come up, and they will not be able to make it tonight, but they are watching, they are supporting, and they are loving right along with you. They should be here next week. They just couldn't make it today. That being said, my name is PJ Megaw. I am the GM for Edge of Legends and Nat 20 Productions, and my pronouns are he, him, and I'll be playing everyone and everyone in between. Everything in between. Quick recap, if you didn't get to see the recap on YouTube or anywhere else, we have been in 2 days of Maximo Lucha with a 30-man Royal Rumble Battle Royale for Ichi's rise to get her title back from the evil Azul Kakui Jr., who stole it from her while they were out and about on the journey to save the world from the green army of orcs that are trying to take over everything in sight. And as they stole the title, they came back to South Asmacon, made the official challenge, made the grueling, hellacious journey through 30 different wrestlers, and then they learned the secrets of El Azul Kukui Jr., the deals that they made with the darkness, the temple dragon, and running Rampalgo herself, trying to fight off this evil darkness, and the kayfabe politics in the back as people are trying to vie for grudges, gold, and glory. Now, the final day of the Tres Maximo Lucha is upon us. The final chance for Ichi to get her championship title back from this evil blue boogeyman who has made terrible deals with eldritch horrors and has hurt a lot of people in the process. So welcome to the championship bout. Thank you for coming. And without further ado, here we go. So it's the top of the third day. Everyone is around. At this point, the energy is that static, that electricity that is just waiting for the cork to be removed and lightning to come firing out of the bottle. The intensity, the anticipation, the hype, it's real. Standing in the middle of the arena is El Milagro with all of the other priests. Now, the priests themselves, of course, they're wearing their finery, they're wearing the feathers, the gold face plates, the wonderful robes, and then Milagro is there with his old mask. No one has ever seen his face, and he's there, and he's leading them in this beautiful ritual celebrating the thousands of years of Asmacon, the end of the fourth era, the fifth era beginning because gods gave themselves up to start time and space, and to also pay homage to those who may die when the sixth era comes in. This ritual is done through music, dance, prayer, and song, and is beautiful. But when the song ends and everyone is left with the cheering and adulations, the lights die. Which is strange. This much darkness could be so heavy at 12 in the afternoon. It's like it's pitch black night, cool air. And as the light comes up, you hear a loud crang, and you see El Milagro face down in the ring. A chair bent in half over the back of his skull. You see wooden 2x4 snapped in twain and barbed wire just splayed about. The priests are untouched and they flee as El Milagro is stuck in the ring. Standing above him is El Azul Cucuy, who takes out a knife, bends one knee down to the back of El Milagro's shoulders, and starts just sawing this blade, the back of his mask.
Oh. Like, this got way too dark, way too quick, PJ.
I know. I
No,
was like, I
no.
was not ready for decapitation.
No. Oh,
Oh.
God. Oh, God. No. Oh, God. I am so sorry.
Unprepared.
If that was the case, I would put a trigger warning. Oh, I am so sorry, y'all.
No, it's okay.
Let's just back that up a little bit, shall we? She goes to the back of El Milagro's mask and takes the knife under the strings in the back of his mask and starts sawing them up the strings, snapping bit by bit. Everyone in attendance, you can give me a lore check.
What kind of lore check, or just flat like intelligence?
Gladiator lore, lore Osmicon, or just lore in general, because you've probably heard this story sometime in the past 2 days.
Ooh, that's a 12 for me, even with gladiator lore.
12. Okay.
26.
26. That's good.
Oh yeah, hype train.
Oh wow. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much for the hype train. All right.
They're like, no decapitation.
26.
Hooray.
Yeah, right.
I feel so bad, y'all. I had no intention of decapitating
And
anyone.
he's sawing. Oh, no.
Yeah. We literally went from wrestling match to and one of the Saw movies.
Shit. Welcome to Edge of Legends. It starts with decapitation and goes downhill from there. No, we don't do that. We're
Edge is capitalized.
we're better than that. So
Every letter in Edge is capitalized, though.
So I will say this before we get too distracted on this tangent. Sam had the lowest one with a 12, I believe. Okay. So I'll start with Sam and give you guys a bit more detail. Sam, you know that a luchador's mask and ring name is their real identity, is their real soul, their real face. They constantly put it on the line to show how serious they are, as is the case with the match that you're going to get into. And once you pull that mask off, you can never really put the mask back on. So this is a big identity thing. And you see El Azul Cucuy is just working to rip this thing off El Milagro's head. Sidney and Michael, you remember because you heard this when you first ran to El Milagro. El Milagro has never been seen or known without his mask on. He has always worn it everywhere he's gone. He has always been, even like wearing suits and ties and formal attire, he's never taken the mask off. No one even knew who he was until he put the mask on. But more importantly is that he has really embodied the culture of the mask and the identity. And he is knocked unconscious, and the mask just slips right off his face. And you see El Azul Cucuy holding the mask up like a conquest trophy. And she is just like licking it and laughing as she's holding it above. You see El Milagro's hands over his face as he gets up. I'm going to need Sidney and Michael to give me a perception check.
22.
22.
Same.
Okay. So Sam, as you're coming to the crushing reality that you're watching this man's career become horrendously jeopardized, and part of his identity becoming jeopardized, you also see something very interesting happening, Sidney and Michael. As he comes up, you see two long elf ears coming out the side of El Milagro's head as he slowly comes to terms with the fact that he's been demasked in front of the temple entirely on one of the holiest days. He cannot believe this happened. You see his elf ears, and you see his eyes glowing with a powerful light, and you see this really interesting symbol kind of dancing inside them. And with great rage, he kind of curls a fist as two big wings start coming out from his back. And he is just beside himself. Now, Sam, you kind of see the wings coming out, but concerning this dude named Nightbat, who's straight up a bat, what?
PJ, how close is everyone to the ring?
Oh my God, the level 5 hype train. Thank you all so much. I just tuned in and saw that. Effie Burton, thank you. That's amazing. How close is everyone to the ring? I would say you are all about 30 feet away from this spectacular, from the spectacle.
Okay. Is there like a tarp nearby?
Yeah, there's like heavy blankets and quilts everywhere.
Amazing. I'm gonna ask Michael and Ichi for assistance. I would like to quickly mask him with a blanket and get him off the fucking stage. Pardon my French. This poor man needs some help.
You know what? Just so we don't have to go through the trouble of getting the tarp or blanket, Rufus just gonna take off his coat.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh, and by the way, this is pretty much Rey Mysterio circa WCW.
Nice.
When he got unmasked.
So you get in the ring, you throw your coat over his face. He seems confused, but El Azul Kakui is holding his mask in one hand and a baseball bat just wrapped in barbed wire in the other, and she's taunting him. And the minute you guys throw the thing over his face, he kind of ducks. He lets you take him, and he goes with you. Do you take him all the way to the back, back locker room? Okay.
Yeah.
You take him to the back. The priests at this point have just spilled out of the arena. They are way out of harm's way. And as you leave, you hear the doo, 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 doo. Is this thing on? And as you're fleeing the arena, you can hear El Azul Kakui Jr. or El Azul Kakui say, "The first greatest mask I ever got was Dear Dad. El Milagro, I don't know if I'm going to walk out with Ichi's, but I know for sure having yours is a great honor. See you never, Miracle Man."
PJ, as we're leading him out from the ring towards the back rooms, are we passing anything like there's like scraps of clothing, scraps of fabric, a discarded jacket or coat or whatever?
Not really. Everyone kind of keeps their personal belongings in their warm up and locker room areas in the back, which they're not like traditional locker rooms as we see it. They kind of look like these really big stone, almost like meditation rooms and like religious institutions, like you'd pray here, and you kind of get the feeling that a lot of lucha like they give homage to the Aztec gods, to the North Azmacan, West Azmacan gods, to the 5th and 6th era. Like this is where they pray and worship before they go to the temple and fight.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you want to take El Milagro to his room, you absolutely can. All of his stuff would be there anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are in El Milagro's room. It is Spartine, but you see some posters of like charity work he's done. You see like effectively movies and comic books that have him as like the hero, like saving like Asmacanian youth from like a monster, and just like and you're starting to realize like, yeah, this guy's been around for hundreds of years as a local icon and hero. The minute he gets in there, he pulls out a chair and he sits down and he starts hyperventilating. You can tell he's somewhere on that razor thin line between having an emotional breakdown and like a berserk outburst.
Shit. Ilona is going to cast Calm Emotions on him.
Okay. Nice.
Not so. I don't want this to be. Here's the thing. Is that I don't want this to be manipulative in literally any way. I don't want to take his emotions away from him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to see, that gets tricky. I would like to ask him if he would like assistance in this moment, or if he wants to feel the thing that he is feeling, because alone it can help calm him down if he needs to get something done. But I also don't want to take away this experience because it is an incredibly traumatizing experience.
It's a good question. I will note, well, I should ask, you speak Elven, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because he is now doing his best not to swear, but he's totally losing his mind in Elven.
Yeah.
Not as Mechanian. So I think calm emotions could work. If you want to instead make it more genuine, then my suggestion
Mm-hmm.
could be maybe a skill check, a diplomacy check to
Okay.
basically let him have the emotions, but just to
Mhm.
kind of, be there with him as he emotionally kind of calms down a bit.
Yeah. Okay. Let's the perfect, amazing. Thank you. Let's do that instead.
Okay.
That is. Bleh. That's a 21.
Okay. So you hear him speaking in Elven. Give me an idea of something, if you have the words, what you're saying to kind of be there for him, and we translate that into Elven.
If they give me consent and they're sitting down, I'd like to take some cold water out of my bag of holding. I'd like to give them water if they are able to take it. Cold compress to the back of their head. And then if I know they're covering, I know they're probably covering their face. But I will get down in front of them and hold my hands out if they want to take them,
Mm-hmm.
and say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that this happened to you. I know how much this must mean, and I promise you, we are going to do everything that we can to make sure that that person comes to justice. But for now, we're here, and we have your back.
He breathes heavily. He does a lot of controlled breathing and a lot of controlled sighs. He hears what you're saying in Elven. He looks at Ichi and looks back to you, and then kind of looks at Rufa, and with a shaky grin, he puts on, like, the fan face, the whole like, hey. And in common, he shakily gets out, I have worn that mantle for over 500 years. I don't even remember what my name was before I became who I really was. It's not uncommon for warriors who lose their mask and still go to the ring and wrestle in the name and fight in the name of two eras. Every bit of me screams for violence and retribution, but I know in my heart that is just, it is an unrighteous cycle.
Just because they took something physically away from you does not make you any less of who you are. You worked so hard to become the person that you showed to the world, and you are not going to lose that because of one horrible person. You are so much more than what someone else has done to you.
Yes. I have recovered from Worse things, I suppose. I've never done it with a bare face. Maybe this is my new mantle.
Whatever it is, take as much time as you need to figure it out. That is not an answer that you need right now. But when you do figure it out, I know that the people that love you will love you just the same.
He stands up and he kind of gets loose and cracks his neck. You see these massive white and gold wings just break from his back as he kind of rubs his elven ears, sore from being under the mask for so long. And he looks at Ichi and he says, La Pacificatorita. I feel awful for saying this, but go out there, kick her ass, and take that hideous mask off her face.
I'm going to.
Good. Do you mind if I do one last thing as the Miracle Man before I figure out who I am now?
I mean, you're always going to be him to me and to, everyone who grew up with you, no matter what. But, whatever you need to do.
Kind of like puts his hands together, stretches out a bit, and you start seeing this beautiful light glowing from his hands. And you start hearing music play, haunting, idyllic music. It's enchanting as this kind of almost like rainbow gradient, blue, red, green, purple, yellow, just keep moving from his hands, and he's whispering something under his breath. And then he claps his hands, and the whole room is now just bathing in this glorious golden light. You all start feeling taller, stronger, undefeatable in some sense. And with that, you see his wings slowly start to fade into his back, and a few feathers even fall to the floor a bit. And then he kind of says, all right. Ooh, I hope Seth Asmikon likes elves. Oh, I didn't even think about that. It's okay. Come what come may. And he has blessed all of you with heroicism, a heroic spell of power that in the next match to come against Elazur Kukui will make you immune to fear, as well as granting you, in this case, full momentum at the start. You're going to have 100 momentum instead of having about 50 or 75. And you're going to be starting off at 50 heat. You're on fire. So write that down, make that note, and without much ado, he puts on a coat and he says, it'll be exciting to watch the match from the audience perspective. It's been so long since I last watched from down there. Before he goes, does anyone have any questions for the elf of Asmikon?
Can I just do a lore check
Yeah.
for like elves in Asmikon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like what I know.
Absolutely. Just a lore check if you want.
23.
23. You have never heard a story of a full elf, let alone an elf Aasimar, ever existing in Asmikon culture or history. Dwarves, halflings, different sort of animal kin, gnome. You've never seen an elf. Half elves, maybe. You've seen a few half elves. You've never seen a full elf come from Asmikon.
I'm going to just kind of slide up. I know that being unmasked is a lot for you right now, but I just have to ask, where are you? Are you from here? I've never. That's rude. I know. Oh gosh. I've never seen someone like you here. Is that rude? Oh my. Am I rude? She looks at Alona. Am I rude? Alona, am I rude?
I don't. Not the. No. Depends.
Rufa will tell me. Rufa, am I rude?
Rufus says you're okay. You are okay in this instance.
Okay, so I've got room for improvement. But where are you from?
Oh, I'm sort of from here, but not here. I'm from here.
You're from another plane of existence.
No, well, not. I come from a great tree, a great powerful tree. I'm doing such a bad job at describing this. Are you familiar with the tree that gives life to all elves?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Alona, do elves grow on trees?
Not necessarily. Elves are not fruit.
But they are vegetable.
Why did they teach this to me in health class?
Well, you're not an elf, so you don't necessarily need to know that elves come from trees. We're not,
You do?
it's
You
more
grow
like,
on trees?
well, it's more like we come from the tree's energy and essence.
Like an apple.
An apple.
That is still fruit. That is still fruit.
But you keep the doctor away because you heal.
Oh my god.
And the doctor.
Sidney, give me a
Lore check on my existence.
yeah, give me a lore check
Medicine.
with a +4, because
Thanks. I got a nat 20, so
freaking hell. Okay, so
I would
First nat
hope
20.
so at this point. I would hope so.
you critically recall over a couple thousand years of history, and you remember sometime after the Great Dragon War, between the Great Dragon War and the era where you are right now, basically the whole world suffered what they call the Great Pruning. Every single tree of life that gave birth to an elf, and by proxy, like gnomes and halflings, the trees themselves were being shown to be destroying the land that they came from. And if they kept the tree going, they would destroy that entire continent. And if left alone even beyond that, there's a big chance these trees of life would kill the entire planet. And as tragic as it was, a lot of the trees had to get pruned. It was almost impossible to find a methodology until there was a group of people that got together and decided to destroy the trees for good. It was cataclysmic. It was unfortunate, but it was designed so that the planet and life on that planet could continue to thrive and prosper. This is why Shionibus is one of only a few elves in Nubia. She was one of the last of her kind in Nubia to be born before the tree was utterly destroyed. The fact that this guy is from Asmacon, when there's no above ground tree in Asmacon, really kind of begs the question, how the heck is there an elf native to South Asmacon? Because it's been about 1 to 2,000 years since the trees have been completely removed from the planet.
Mm-hmm. The seedling. This is also why, if y'all saw our one shot where we were gods, Ra's Rave Party, why it was such a big deal that there was a seed from one of these trees. Well, there was multiple seeds. Why that's such a big deal. Okay. Well, I suppose at some point we're gonna have to go digging for a secret elf tree. And wait. No, never mind.
What?
We'll still have to go find. I just remembered from the one shot that we did that a bunch of the gods just got seeds. So I'm wondering, because time is not linear for the gods. If one of the gods planted a tree in Osmicon,
Too bad you know this, but Alona doesn't.
Alona sure does not. She sure does not. Yeah, Alona's like, oh wow, real weird. Fascinating.
Do
Real
you
weird.
tell us about this like tree thing?
10,000% you all know about the tree of life.
Okay, okay.
Um,
I think Ichi then will look at him and just be like, okay, I know this one is rude, so I apologize ahead of time. How old are you?
oh,
You look really good.
thank you. You look rather nice yourself. I am about 750 years old, give or take a decade.
You're younger than Shionibus.
Oh, oh, she here. I don't know who Shiona is. Is she a wrestler? Oh, is she the fire one? She's fantastic.
No, that's Chantiko,
Oh.
Ichi's old assistant that went on a whole like self-awakening once Ichi left Azumikon and became like an avatar of a fire god.
Hmm.
No, Shionibus is our full elf-blooded amazing ranger friend who is a fantastic elf. And I think she's around 2,000 years old, and the last tree was destroyed before she was born, clearly. So if you are only 750 years old, you must have come from a tree that was not destroyed.
Hmm. Well, that would explain. That would explain so much. No, it has been at least 500 years since I left the grove. But no, our tree grows underground. It grows in the stones. It grows by the great lava and fire lake.
There's a there's a tree of life.
Yes.
Is it
There-
still standing?
Well, it's been over 500 years since I went back down there. I don't know.
Where is it?
Um, I believe if we go to the center of Azmacon, where the Godlands meet the west, there's a hidden temple that goes all the way to the bottom of the earth, and somewhere in that plane of existence where all is darkness, there's a beautiful tree.
PJ, where were we when the ground parted and we got our weapons back from the monkey god? Where were we?
You were in northwest Azmacon.
So not the same place.
Nope, but close to it.
Okay. So not the temple where the Monkey King took us, somewhere else. Okay. Do you have anyone else?
As an elf, you mean?
Yes.
I haven't seen the grove for a while, but when I left, there was, maybe about 500 of us.
So you're telling me there is a secret tree birthing elves, and are you the only one that left?
Yes.
Do you all have wings?
No. No. I'm a miracle man for many reasons.
We have a lot that we have to do, and we do not have time to unpack literally all of this. But once we're done, if this place still stands, I implore you to please take us.
I can if I will try. There is a lot happening beneath the surface. Only the under rock dwarves of this continent will know of. There's something truly dark down there. The elves and the dwarves have been fighting for a long time. May not be safe to take you there.
I promise you, we have dealt with much worse.
Let's hope you're right. In the meantime, I am going to get a churro. They sound quite tasty.
You've lived here your entire life and you've never had a churro?
No. Am I supposed to?
I mean, I get it. You got to fit into the suit, right?
Thank you. I have a strict workout regimen, strict diet regimen. Like, do you think all of this happens naturally? It's hard work. It's discipline.
Carbs.
Carbs, yes, carbs look delicious, but I mean they just turn everything to goo. I have amazing angel wings and I have a softness for carbs.
Rufa, isn't there didn't we get an Ichi special going at the churro cart, if I recall correctly?
Yes. That is a special right now, and just tell them that you're a friend of Itchy, and they'll set you up quite nicely. Oh, so is he about to leave?
Yeah, he's very excited. He goes, I cannot wait to have some fun, tasty snacks. I'm gonna get some churros. I'm gonna get the Ichi special. Coffee. I'm gonna have some coffee. Is that good? I've never had coffee. All right.
Yes.
I won't have coffee. I'll have coffee.
Go now. Go. Experience that, please.
Right before, as he's leaving, Rufa just kind of puts his hand on his shoulder and just in a low voice just says, "My friend, difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. The best is perhaps yet to come. Perhaps a second medical."
That would be grand, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Few words for thought.
I will look forward to the second miracle. Until then, I'm going to have a lot of churros. Oh, I'm so excited. Bye now. He kind of pops his collar up high on his coat and then walks out of the locker room. You hear...
Wait, is he leaving with my coat?
No, he has his own coat.
Oh, okay.
His own coat that he put on. Your coat is still yours. But as he leaves, you hear the slow, awkward clap that then erupts into everyone in the back applauding as El Milagro leaves to go get a churro. Is there any other things you wish to do before we move forward?
Just gonna look at Alona and just be like, tree.
Elves are still not fruit.
Still not
has
fruit.
been established.
Yes. No. This is a lot. This is huge. As I explained to you, there's a reason why the trees were taken out of this world, and the fact that there is one possibly still draining the life force of this earth, but still managing to make more out. I can't fathom it. It's incredible that if it's still there, this changes everything.
This could be a very dangerous knowledge to possess.
Which is why we're not going to tell anybody. Not even PJ, who's here?
For all intents and purposes, it's just you three.
We're not telling Shionabis.
Are you sure, my friend?
Not yet. Not yet.
Could see that having some consequences. Her knowing she knows a lot of elf people. I bet they know other elf people, and I bet they have opinions about new elf people. Yeah, I think you're right. For now.
True.
At least until the Green War is done, we can always come back. But for now, we have so much on our plate already. We do not have time to unpack all of this. And for right now, I really do feel like it is in our best interest to keep it to ourselves, lest this information gets into, of course, unsavory hands.
Rufa agrees. Rufa agrees. But as friend Ichi said, there will be consequences for once Chunobus does find out that we possess this knowledge and we have not told her.
I'll deal with that. When the time comes, I'll deal with that. This is my choice.
Rufa just gives a knowing nod.
Okay. Ichi, are you ready?
Yeah, ready to face this brigand in the ring, possibly eldritch touched brigand, but I feel good. I feel great. Did you feel that? You feel great? Like, oh, he was good.
Yeah, no, I'm glowing.
He was glowing a little bit.
I think that's because he's holy.
By the way, since this is in your wheelhouse, Alona, could you give me a religion check? Just so you can, just give me a religion check. We'll go from there.
All right, that is a dirty 20.
Okay. So you absolutely recognize the spell, what it is. However, it's going to work a little different in this system because we're doing a weird lucha thing with the rules. Let me correct myself by saying that. We're doing something different so that we can have a more fun representing lucha with these new rules. Now, that being said, when you're looking at this, at El Milagro casting the spell, you see the symbols in his eyes and the light bounding from his hands. You see an odd sort of, oh gosh, I'm going to butcher the word, a religious kind of melding of two entities.
Mm.
His eyes have the color of a paladin of Azamat, but the colors have this symbol inside, and the colors and the lights coming off his hands, and you realize that he is a paladin of Azamat, and yet he is touched by the energies of Lorian Mondan of the Fey Court.
That's so freaking cool. Damn, that's amazing.
Oh, I hope you don't mind. I want to jump in the chat. Reap Psyche posted something that I'm laughing on it. I'm really laughing at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know this is all fantasy, but the concept of someone who withstood the smell of churros for 500 years and didn't break down and binge is too far out of for me. Immersion broken.
He's too powerful. He must be stopped.
He was like, I have my mask on. I can't get the sugar on my mask. It would ruin his whole life. So now he doesn't have a mask anymore.
I'm just thinking he has at least a +10 bonus to willpower.
Willpower. Oh,
Nice.
my.
That's good.
That's so true.
That's amazing.
I love it. All right, so
That's a
That's
true
the
miracle.
true miracle.
the true miracle is that he lived 500 years in this amazing place with its wonderful food and didn't eat the great pastries of South Asmakon. All right, so just to kind of put a bit of the action back in before we go to the final match, we're gonna do a quick montage of you wrestling Human Harry. So give me a quick athletics check just to kind of wrap up that entire match.
That's me wrestling Human Harry?
Yep.
Okay.
The arena's like,
Okay.
we're ready for your warm-up match. So give me the roll really fast.
It's what's the bonus?
It
Just
is
athletics?
just your normal athletics check. I think it's a +12 for you.
Cool. 24.
Nice. So as you're meeting backstage, you see this, like you're getting ready, you're getting all stretched out. Suddenly you see this body like move farther. I'm trying. Try harder. There we go. Get your balance. I'm trying. And then you see this oblong head with long ears and a big fedora and high like trench coat and just these two little beady eyes going, "Hello, human. We are also human. Royal we are, there's only one of us. We are excited to wrestle you. Me is excited to wrestle you."
I am a dwarf, but thank
What?
you.
What? You're a dwarf? She's a dwarf. Why didn't you tell me? 1 second. I don't know what they look like. Suddenly, you see another like bit of eyes come out from the trench coat, and they're like, "Yeah, they're a dwarf. Yeah, no duh, they're a dwarf. Hi, dwarf. We are a human, like your human friends are."
You, plural, make a great human. You ready to fight? Human?
Like horrible, grisly, spiky teeth and like a big gnarled thumbs up. Yes, as humans do. Let's go. So your music plays, you enter the arena, the lights go down. There's a bit of laughter, but the laughter turns into like, it starts off as laughing at their expense at Human Harry. Then it turns into laughing like at the irony. And then by the end of it, like they know you're going to win, but they're honestly cheering on this underdog who's just putting on a delightful clown show. I want you to tell me the tale of how you wrestle and beat Human Harry in the ring.
Okay. So we go in, we square up, and I go in for a punch, but like the center of mass of Human Harry like awkwardly like moves to the left while the rest of the body stays. And then I punch with the other hand and the center of mass moves the other direction. And I'm just like, all right. So I'm like going back and I'm like against the ropes. And I lean back and I run and I try to just clothesline, but like the top of Human Harry just kind of like bends while the rest of Human Harry is like still standing up. And this bounces back and I'm like, huh, what? Okay, huh. And then they go in for some attacks. But you know, I just take them like a champ. And then finally I do I climb up the ropes, on top of the ropes, and yeah. I'm like standing up and I'm, you know, riling up the crowd. And I'm like, what are we gonna do here? I'll do a jump, grab the top of Human Harry, and then just kind of like flip them over. So the goblins come like spilling out.
Oh, no. Oh, heck
and
yeah.
Then they scatter.
They scatter. The ref calls it a victory as soon as they start scattering. They call it a submission or a give up at that point. You know, your win. They start shouting your name across the arena, and it's at this point that El Toro Fuerte and El Milagro kind of go to the ringside where they're running around. They grab them and they hold them up like Simba almost. And El Milagro says, "Children, I will show you the way of lucha. I will make you heroes and warriors." And El Toro Fuerte says, "And like the proud bull, when you know who you truly are, I will make you a mask worthy of such a warrior." And the goblins are like, "But we are one human." Okay, the jig is up, boys. Let's go be lucha. This jacket thing was never gonna work.
I say the entire time I'm just now envisioning the kobolds in your world. They're the Ferengi from Star Trek.
Well, these are goblins.
Goblins. Well, the goblins are the Ferengi from Star Trek now.
I'm okay with that. I can totally see it because of human. Hello,
Yeah,
human.
Wow.
All right. So the uh
Oh,
human Harry has left the arena, and their journey on their lucha path will begin probably after this weekend. That being said, um, if there is some other role play or business you want to do, the whole arena goes quiet as everyone starts to set up the 9 hells in the cell arena. The final match is about to start. So, what one thing do you want to do before it's time?
Rufa is going to run up to the betting pool. And first, he's going to collect his winnings from the match with Itchy and, human Harry.
Yeah.
And thankfully, he's not going to get his legs broken because she did win.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's see here.
And he's going to actually put a new bet down on this upcoming match because he has faith in his friend Itchy.
Uh-huh.
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
He's going to put down, I think with his winnings now, he's putting down 1,600 gold pieces.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. I mean, to be honest with you though, how much money did you really make off that last match? Because who really bet that Human Harry won?
Yeah.
The odds were literally 1-1. I'm going to be generous and give you 50% of your money back. Yeah. So you put down 700 gold. You're going to get 1,000 back, and I think even that's a little gracious. But you got money.
Yeah.
So Ichi to win over Gokui.
1,600. And remember, he actually was able to manipulate the odds. So I think it's 3-1 odds now for
Yeah.
Itchy to win.
Yeah, 3-1 odds. So if she wins, we'll see if she wins, then you'll get 3 times 1,600. But that being said, or at least 2 times. But either way, that being said, cool. So we got the bets in. Everyone else good to go?
Can I hold up? Uh, it's not much. Can I just cast guidance on Ichi before she goes
course.
on? Great,
course.
cool. Alona's just gonna pat Ichi on the back, and she's gonna look at Ichi's symbol of Afra on her mantle, and she's gonna tap it. And she's gonna go, "You're fine, as long as you got this." And then she taps Ichi's head, and this. Then she goes for Ichi's heart, and this.
My mask and my heart. Oh, you're good. You're so nice, Alona.
Yeah, I try. Have fun.
All right. So, the arena starts to get a little dark. They're not doing the warrior introductions yet. They're just kind of announcing what's about to start. And you hear this voice. Ladies and gentlemen, be prepared for the most hellacious, horrendous display of ability, strength, finesse, athleticism, and most importantly, endurance. 9 hells in a cell. This battle will take you through the 9 hells that the devils call home. Each different cell represents another devil, the world they call home, and who they are as the fallen ones. This structure was first built 100 years ago and takes over 10 man hours back to back to build with no breaks. And you see the ring as it normally is, but there is a metal reverse pyramid going up with massive metal beams. The metal pyramid is almost like telescoping cages with steel wire making the entire entity. The only actual solid ground that is not steel, cage fence, or an iron bar is the ring, some 110 feet at the bottom of this entire pyramid. Starts off impossibly sized large, and it gets smaller and smaller. And inside, you can see priests blessing with runes, magic, placing weapons, and rigging traps. Each cell is ready for death. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, as they have to fight through 9 of the worst nightmares possible, all for the opportunity to beat their opponent to where their will and their muscle is stripped of its blood, all for the sake of keeping their mask on their face. There will be no holds barred, no disqualification at any time. We introduce the challenger. Coming to the ring to announce this person, Rufa.
Rufa stands in the middle of the ring with the microphone. He does that tap tap. Hello, is this on? Oh yes. All right. Me. You are a privilege, nay, blessed to be in the presence of Itchy of the Godlands. She is the Orc's Bane, Worm Slayer, the Whisker Thief, mistress of the Wheel of Life. She who has crossed beyond the veil of death and Leitan. She is the summit of Lucha, because she will always end up on top.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the arena, the great peacemaker, Ichi Papakui La Grappa Favorita. Sam, feel the hype. Tell me what you're doing as you're entering this massive long ramp to this death-defying structure.
Ichi runs out. I have my maul with me, right? Because this is like no holds barred, or is that no? It's just.
You can definitely bring it to you. It's just gonna be cracking her in the head with a mallet.
I'll have it with me because it's my signature. I'll run out and I do my move where I kind of like have it behind me, kind of showing off the muscles to the crowd, and then I'll do a big swing overhead, plant it in the ground, and just do my flip over and bam, right into the ground to kind of reverberate a little bit. And then I stand up and I point to this crowd over here, that crowd over there, and then I look for where I think El Cucui's crew might be, and I go like this.
Nice. As you're doing that, you're doing all the smack talk, you can hear the shouting coming from below you. You look, and right in front of the divider that stops the warriors from spilling into the audience wholesale, you see your mom and dad wearing plastic versions of your mask. Like, they bought the merch, they got the shirt, they're there with your mask on, and they're shaking it. They're like, "Hi, Mia, hi! We're so proud of you. Kick her ass, girl."
They came.
Yeah, like, we took the day off work for this. It's gonna be amazing. Your babe, you're gonna kick her butt.
Are you sure you have enough PTO for that?
You know what? It's okay. We'll tighten the belt for like a week. It's worth it to see you do this.
Thank you for coming.
Of course.
Gonna make you proud.
Hey, do it for you. Do it for Grandma.
We've been in Asmacon for like a week, and you haven't mentioned your parents!
They're busy, Alona. They work really hard. And they don't care about Lucha. Well, I guess they do.
Mia, we care about you.
On the betting pool, bet on her!
The dad gets mad at you. He's like, "I spent over 50 gold for these masks. I'm betting on nothing."
Oh, Dad.
I say, I love you. I'm proud of you. All right, Joe, when you get a chance, cut the music. Then you hear another voice. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing the champion. The slaughter with the laughter. The mask to task. The nightmare herself. El Azul Kakui. And play the Chain of Times. So, suddenly a darkness fills the arena. You see little stars, doof, 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 just start to come to life in the arena. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and suddenly you're staring into a nebulous pit of a starry night sky. The stars become so thick and hazy. And then the lights pop and blare, and there on the ramp you see El Azul Kukui with her weapon, her garish mask made out of her father's skin, and she has a necklace that's hanging from her own neck, made of every mask, covered in sweat, blood, rips, and tears from the people that she has taken them from for the past month, 2 months, 3. And she just has a sick, satisfied smile on her face as she slowly stalks up the ramp. And as she does, her shadow, even in the pitch black of this arena, grows long and tall until it hits the back and starts to move up and spread across the whole arena. And like a mouth, it swallows the stars. The starlight fades as she walks to you, wipes her feet before entering the arena as a sick joke, steps into the ring. With a shadow trailing behind her. Having traversed 300 feet of ramp, an arena still stands tall, removed from her body like some disambiguation of Peter Pan in his more silhouetted self. The shadow stays. The darkness dissipates from the arena like smoke blown from a freshly snuffed candle. But that 300-400 foot shadow just hangs around. The priests remove the ramp, and like water entering a new bowl, the shadow moves the arena and starts climbing the back. She takes her weapon, she points the shadow like she's saluting, shoulders her weapon, and as she turns to face you, her eyes are milky white, growing whiter under her mask. As she looks at you and she says, I'm gonna take your face, and then I'm gonna take your mask. Her fingers bite and twist into her weapon, into her bat. Come on, Ichi. For all the marbles. For your family, for your grandmother. At the end of this night, I'm putting an end to your line. I'm taking your dreams with me. And with that, the music dies. And the announcer comes back online one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be a no disqualification, no falls anywhere, no bards hold, no holds barred. The winner is the first person that can remove this mask from their opponent's face. Now, out of character, you will need 5 athletic check successes to do this. All right. That being said, bodies start moving to the arena from the back, and you start seeing them climbing the fence and standing around. Ichi, you notice Chupacabra, La Llorona, El Pastor de Chabalba, El Jaguar, Princess Bashley, and Imperatriz are all flanking the backs of El Kukui. She has an army. But what you have is 10,000 Trueno, Pengalina, El Toro Fuerte, Slamantha, Katrina Vile, Fabular, and popping out from the level 5 hype train, spitting a churro out of his mouth, cracking his neck, is El Milagro, as he has decided to join the fight. Last minute notice. The lines are drawn. The Ichi Club versus the Nightmare. The NPCs will be fighting as well to stop interference or to gain interference while this match is going on. Now, if you know your NPCs, I believe, I think Sidney is bringing Slamantha back up out of retirement, and I believe, Michael, you said you're going to go 10,000 Trueno. Am I correct on that?
1 second, one moment.
Sure. Make it like, oh, yes, he's being dramatic. 1 second.
The drama.
The drama for your mama.
We
There
always
we
have
go.
time for drama.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And don't hesitate to take that off because it is hot outside. So now, without further ado, roll initiative. It's Lucha time.
Use my blue dice.
Nat 20. On initiative.
What?
I don't know.
Slamantha, look at you.
She sees Princess Bashley from across the ring and she's like, "You traitorous bitch."
Oh, I love the chat saying, "Let's go, Slams."
I got a 18.
Nice.
Nice.
18 for 10K Trueno. And Ichi, what did you get?
With perception, that's a 26.
Nice. Okay. So going first will be Slamantha, but Sam, you'll be right after that. So to set the scene, the two sides spill out immediately, covering the entire circumference of this over 110-foot metal structure, precariously just placed on top of this arena. Some of the wrestlers on the Azul Kukui side are already climbing up, like hand over hand, trying to get to the top to just break down the walls and just create a horrible advantage. The heroes, well, the ones on Ichi Club side are trying to do the same. Slamantha, you find Princess Bashley already in the process of climbing up with every other member. What do you do?
Great. Ichi, permission to throw you.
Heck yeah.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can throw Ichi and knock Princess Bashley off her climb game.
Okay. Point of clarification. So sorry, I didn't probably say this earlier. So Ichi and Azul Kukui Jr., they are Azul Kukui. They are like at the top of the structure, 110 feet above the ground. Y'all are below them.
That's wild.
Clarification.
I see.
My bad.
Yes. No worries. I mean, so in that case, go Ichi. Slamantha is going to look at Katrina Vile and throw her instead.
Okay. Give me an athletics check to throw Katrina Vile. She will not resist, so all you gotta do is get a 10 up.
Great. Oh, amazing. Yes. I got a 13.
Oh, heck yeah. So you grab her, you throw Katrina Vile. It's almost like this, like you put your hand and you, and as she's in midair, she just starts spinning. There's this giant wheel kick, cracks Bashley in the back of the head, who takes the hit, I'm not even gonna roll, and then just drops. Only about 10 feet, but drops. So nice job. She will take 3 people with her as she frantically like grabs around. She gets 3 people, and 3 of them are now on the ground with you guys. Next up is Ichi. Ichi, you're in the arena. You have Azul Kukui right there in front of you. She's got that weapon. You got your weapon. You have 3 actions. You're filled with momentum, 50% heat. What are you going to do?
All right. I'm going to take my maul and I'm going to swing it above my head and then fake as if I'm gonna go at her with it, and then I'm gonna just let it drop from my hands and just punch her in the face.
Nice. I'll give you a +2 for this as a deception. So that's basically a +14. Roll it.
+14. That's so well. All right, that is a, why can't I math? 14, 24, 25.
Plus guidance.
Plus guidance. What's guidance?
+1.
26.
Oh, yeah.
See what
So
happens when I try to do math in my head.
So you go for the swing, and as you just bring your arm up, you cocked it back, you just start like kicking out with your leg, you drop the hammer, overhand right, hits her in the jaw. She goes tumbling back. I'm going to do some quick math here. Okay.
Make it personal now.
So you crack her in the jaw. You get 3 actions around. That was 1. You can do 2 more. You can run up to her and do a slam. You can run up to her and just start punching her some more. Or you can withhold and do some taunting to get more heat. What are you going to do?
Oh, I'm going to... Can I taunt and rage?
Yes. And I forgot to explain which hell you are in. So why don't you taunt and rage? Give me a your choice, diplomacy or intimidation to rage. Or to taunt, sorry.
I'm gonna do intimidation.
All right.
Okay. Oh wow, that's nice. Okay, let me just calculator that. That's a 27.
27. You hear the announcer talking on the loudspeaker saying the first hell in this 9 hells in the cell match, the first floor that they are on is the realm of Betza, the fallen god of greed and hoarding. So covetous was he that he left the gods when Ravan offered him a broken celestial beast. We don't have a celestial beast on us today, but representing Hestiel shall be a burning table. And as you erupt into your rage, fire just bursts out of this giant table in the smack middle of the arena. It's just on fire now. You're looking around with the light from this burning table, and you see 30 chairs stockpiled all around the arena. And it's like, welcome to hell. Greed is a burning thing. Chairs everywhere, by the way.
Beautiful. So Ichi just rages, and you see this spirit energy just alight in her eyes, almost like the flames, like white spirit energy flames coming off of her. And she just says, "It's personal now. I don't think I need this." She points to her maul. She's like, "Because all I need is a part of me already." See if you can keep up.
I love it when initiatives tell drama for me. So you do this amazing intimidation, and Kukui is just like, yeah, well, she takes her hammer and another chair, and she goes, I think you need to have a seat. And she throws the chair at your forehead. She misses. As the chair just wobbles beside you, she runs up with her baseball bat and hits you square in the dome as she just rages and cracks you. You can feel this immense heat as your skin is scratched by the barbed wire wrapped around her baseball bat. And with the last action she has, no, because she ran up to you. That's another action. She's done. Crack! Lose 12 momentum as she just beats this baseball bat into your forehead. Next up, 10,000 Trueno. Oh, yes, Sam?
Were there any gains to heat for my move, just so I keep track of that? Keep my mind keep track of it.
You punched, so no. No, I think you get heat and bonus heat when you slam people down. Yeah.
Good. I remember that. Thank you.
Yeah. That's what happens when you make some homebrew rules, baby. All right, so last one is 10,000 Trueno. It is chaos. You start to see El Jaguar like circling. He's basically breaking off from the others, and he's circling around to the heroes, and you can see he's trying to pick off one of the people. And he's got like, those like ice climbing claws you use sometimes. You slip on their hands and they're here. You see him putting those on, and he's got these sharp claws on his hands, and he's looking for action. You spy him. What do you do? Michael, you're muted.
Is he trying to climb up the cage?
No, he looks like he wants to use these to cut you guys up.
Oh, okay. Toreno is gonna he's gonna look under the ring area to try to find a chair or somewhere around him to find a chair.
I'm gonna do a perception check for you. You don't find a weapon under the arena. You can assume that they're all in the hell.
Oh, okay. Is there anything that he could leap off of, like railing or anything like that?
You could jump off this entire cell. This thing's just a massive wall of steel wire, like steel wrapped fence.
Okay, I got it. Yeah. Toreno's going to leap up onto the cell and try to climb up part way before leaping off to catch El Jaguar's head with his legs to do a hurricanrana.
I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna call that all three of your actions.
Yeah.
I'll give you a taunt for free. Give me a. Oh, this is tough. Give me an acrobatics check. Plus 12 to whatever the die is. You just gotta get above a 10 or 10 or above.
All right. I'm gonna set up my calculator here. All right, that is plus 12, right?
Plus 12, yep.
24.
All right. So you see that. You see his hands. You see he's coming around. You start doing mental math. You see the wall. You jump up and you start kind of doing some like Assassin's Creed parkour. You jump off. You spot. You hit him with your legs. You grab him. You flip, and he just goes flying into the divider. Just slam. And you just hear him, as like you can't tell if it's the slap of like his meat against a divider or if a rib probably dislocated. Hard to tell, but you got him good.
Yeah. Turner's gonna wave his arm, going "woo" and try to yell out to the crowd.
No, the crowd yells back. You can hear like the faint echo, "Woo!" Top of the next round, Ichi. She is now right on top of you. She's just cracked you in the head with that bat and barbed wire. You know that in order to get to the bottom cell, you're going to have to find some, shall we say, creative ways to break the cell.
Okay. And isn't Samantha at the top of the round?
Oh my God, you're right. I'm so sorry.
I was gonna let it slide. I appreciate you, Sam.
I just want to see her slam.
No, never let it slide. It's your turn. You deserve it. Sidney. Okay, Samantha. So Bashley's on the ground, surrounded by three other of the people. El Jaguar is completely gone on their side. You can either start climbing up to get to Sam, or you can start beating up the people on the floor.
How many people are left on the floor that are not already currently in combat?
That are on the floor who aren't in combat?
Yes.
Right. So the other three that Princess Bashley pulled down have not really engaged with anyone in combat yet.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can take care of these people before they get to the top, so no one has to deal with Ichi except for Big Bad up there. So Samantha is going to run and charge the closest not engaged luchador near her.
Okay. I'm going to say that is El Pastor de Chabalba.
Ugh. Great. Yeah, so Samantha is just gonna do like a running charge. Like imagine, let's see, who does a running charge in like Looney Tunes? I don't know, imagine any Looney Tune run. Where they puff up their chest and they get real big and they run, but then this time instead of like something weird and Acme happening, she's gonna get him. She's gonna get him.
Go get him.
Yeah.
All right. When you say get him, is it like a clothesline across the neck? Is it like a slam? You're just gonna like.
It's like a shoulder slam into the nearest hard thing.
Got it. Okay, give me a roll to hit.
Okay.
Plus 12. Just give it like a.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Plus 12 is so nice. That's not how you math. 18.
18. Okay, so you go for the shoulder tackle. As you go, you see El Pastor de Shabalba. He just kind of steps a little bit to the side. You still make contact with him, but now it's this moment of this very awkward no sell as he goes. Doosh. His head slowly turns to you, and he screams as green fire starts to roar out of his eyes and out of his mouth. You have one action left if you want to.
I'm sure just gonna punch him in the face.
Roll to hit.
Great.
I love that. Just ew.
Yeah, that's a 19.
19. So you go to hit again. No cells back to you. The green fire coming out of him just gets bigger and bigger until he's almost kind of looking like some green version of like the human Ghost Rider. He's mad.
Great. I've just amped him up. You know, he's gonna be so mad he's gonna be distracted next round, so.
Ichi, now it's your turn.
All right. So they had just hit me with this bat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Ichi is going to grab the bat, barbed wire and all, and try to yank it out of her hands.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Okay. Calculator. It's a 28.
So you grab the bat and you start to pull. You can feel her trying to resist. You pull back. She's pulling back more. She gets her other hand on it. You pull. She really starts to wrench it back. Your hands are almost slipping to the barbed wire itself. You can feel that if you're not too careful, your hand's going to get sliced up. And now she realizes this, and she starts doing fast jerking motions to try and cause that to happen. And then finally, you kind of sit your body down. You reach over, and you throw it right out of her hands. She goes stumbling as she looks at her empty hands. She looks at you in disbelief and a little bit of terror.
And then is that one action?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So after taking the bat and throwing it aside, I'm going to slam my shoulder into her, do like a lifting movement up, and try to slam her down on her back.
Okay. Are you going to do it to the fence below, through the fiery table? What's your thought?
Through the fiery table.
Give me an athletics check. This will give you a lot of heat if you don't screw this up.
Okay, come on, dice. Let's see. Do I have any other bonuses? Let's see. I've got it's just my athletics. So that's 17.
17. All right. Now, you do have a hero point for everything else. And I was going to say this, and I didn't. Oh, what was me? But everyone gets a hero point for that scene with El Milagro. I really was intending on putting that out there. Forgot.
Okay.
That's on me.
I'm using one because I want to see her go through a table. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's see what we get here. After the magic calculators. 24.
I have to check a certain DC. Just hit it. So you pick her up high above your head, you twist her forward, and you slam her down. She goes cracking through the fiery table. You see embers just spill and dance into a mist. And then as she slams, you hear this. As you slam her through the ground, the gate underneath you breaks wide open, and she goes falling about 10 feet into the 8th hell.
Oh,
Awesome. You gain 25 heat for not only taunting during a power slam, using the fire table, and breaking her into the next hell. And of course, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, you did lose a little bit of momentum, so you also get 15 momentum for that as well. If you want to jump down in there, that'll take 2 actions to jump down safely and land. If you want to do something extra spicy and silly, you can do what's called a body splash, where you just jump and dive with your body onto the person below.
Got it. I think I have 1 action left. So can I do body splash?
Yes.
With 1 action.
It'll just be an acrobatics check.
Got it. Let's do that. Oh no. It's a 1, friends.
No!
No.
I don't know, but I won't focus on it.
So you,
Yeah.
you jump, you hit this beautiful, like side turning body splash. You're falling at this point, probably 15 feet. As you do, she looks at you, she rolls out of the way. You lose 30 momentum for that
Belly
awful
flop.
belly flop. So subtract 30 momentum from your whatever you're at right now. Just you can just feel like your ribs like move in and out. You are now in the second hell. The minute you go into this cell, you hear this cranking. Welcome to the hell of Lifroa, the violent mob, people just storming in attacks. He was one of the many ranking celestials who wanted to take power and power and authority for himself. And when Megaw lied and said he'd give it to him, he joined and turned his back on those of the other celestials. To represent the coward who feels that he can only be powerful when he's forcing massive amounts of people to do his bidding for him, there is a pendulum, 15 pendulums swinging back and forth in Lifroa's hell. You will have to, on every one of your turns until you leave this hell, pass a reflex DC 12 or lose 15 momentum and 5 heat as this thing cracks you in the head. And that's where we're going to take a 5-minute break. When we come back, El Azul Kokui will stand up and take her turn in the second ring of this 9 hells in a cell for the title. Thank you so much. We'll see you at 9:36 p.m. Can't wait to see you. Thank you so much for giving us a 5-minute break. Michael's doing this awesome thing. That mask is super cool. So if you like his masks, check him out on Facebook. He's got a lot of cool stuff. We are going to pick right up where we left off. It is El Azul Kokui's turn, and Joe, please play that Forget Your Training battle music as we kick it off. She kip-ups off the flat, looks you in the face. You see her eyes are now completely milky white and about the size of a football. They're just massive. It's almost creepy how big they've grown. You see her smile start to grow wider and garish. She has to make a reflex save. She doesn't make it as this pendulum smacks her in the head. She does a tuck and roll, laughing, jumps up with her hands, and tries to tackle you to the ground. What is your fortitude bonus?
Fortitude bonus 12.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. Yeah, she gets you. She jumps up, grabs you, pins you to the ground, and then with one big hand tries to knock your lights clean out. And she successfully hits you. Lose 12 momentum as she tackles you to the ground and clocks you in the jaw.
Was the fortitude a skill check or no?
Oh, it's just to decide if the grapple attempt hits you or not.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
How much did I lose one more time?
12 momentum.
I mean,
And
not
that
perfect, but
Not perfect. It's okay. You're still doing slightly better than Yellow's Rokukui. Next up is 10K Trueno. El Jaguar seems to be hurt bad as you've thrown him into the divider. You have other heroes. You can hear the noise as the first cell just breaks and gives out, and they've landed the second one. You see Slamantha is fighting El Pastor de Shabalba, who is just getting angrier the more she's hitting him. What do you do?
All right. You know what? Oh, first of all, I think we should have like a disclaimer here saying, kids, don't try this at home.
Kids, if you're watching this and you think this is what you want to base your life upon, I love you. I love you.
Hey, if you want to become a wrestler, there are accredited wrestling schools out there. Join one of those first.
Good
Get
tips.
professionally trained. But anyway, let's see. Toreno's gonna look over at the wrestler that Samantha's actually facing. I'm guessing he doesn't notice Toreno at the moment, right?
No. Right now, they're all kind of busy with Slamantha, who has just picked the biggest, baddest dude in the yard, and they're like, "Oh, she gonna get killed."
Okay, Toreno's gonna kind of sneak up on that guy. He's doing his hands kind of like how Matt Hardy does that. You know, he's waiting for that setup thing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And as he gets close to him, he's gonna jump up. Both his knees is gonna go up as he grabs the guy by the neck with kind of a strangle with both hands, and basically falls backwards. So when Toreno falls back, hits the ground, the guy's lower back is gonna hit Toreno's knees into a backcracker.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
A lung blower.
Yeah. Give me for this one a athletics check. So basically, just gonna do a D20 and add 12. As long as you get a 10 up, you're solid.
All right. That is a 27.
Oh yeah. You go running up, you grab him, jump, knees pop up, you lean back, you take him off his feet, and as he falls back, you hear this like a thunder explosion as it land, and it just ricochets and it's raucous all throughout. Remind me, that's to El Pastor de Xibalba, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Was that 2 or 1 action or 3?
I'm gonna say it's 2 actions because you ran to him and did this move. Yeah, one more action.
Okay. He's gonna look over at Samantha, and I don't think we set up a Toreno his his taunt or whatever, his trademark move.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna give one to him. He's gonna do a taunt. He's not taunting Samantha, but he's like, what? He's just gonna raise Samantha's arm up in victory, going, woo!
Hyping her up. All right. Yeah, next time you guys do moves, let me know. You'll be getting some bonuses to the roll. Next up, top of the round, Slamantha, your hand is raised by 10,000 Trueno as he just dropped this undead golem onto his knees. What are you gonna do?
Well, first Samantha's gonna whisper and say, "Thank you." I mean, I could have. Thank you. And she lowers her hand, and she starts looking around for more people, and are we allowed to do combo moves, or not until? Okay.
Yeah, go right ahead, please.
So she's gonna look at 10,000 Trueno, and she's going to look at, let's see, Elastor de Xibalba is just flat out gone. Who else is left?
You see Imperatriz, and you see La Llorona and Chupacabra are all kind of there around the arena. They look like, at least Chupacabra and La Llorona look like they want to climb back up the fence.
We can't let that happen. I'm gonna like do like signs to 10,000 Toreno to be like those two right there. And does Samantha have literally anything on her person, or is it just big guns?
It is. You are the weapon.
I am the weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm the weapon. Okay. In that case, she's gonna use her head as a weapon, and headbutt one of them until they're unconscious. So whichever one is in her line of sight, she's just gonna, BAM!
Nice.
Knock them out before they can climb.
All right, lady's choice. La Llorona or Chupacabra?
You know what? Let's go with La Llorona. She's creepy and dark and gross.
Yeah, she's like the ring girl, but.
Yeah, exactly. Like, get a haircut. I don't know. I'm gonna use my hair point.
Oh wow. Okay.
Using my hair point. That's much better. You says plus 12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, way better. Oh, that's not math. Come on. 27.
7. Okay, 20. Yeah. You run up, grab her by the head, you lean back with your noggin, and wham! And you slam. You can feel the click and clack of skull against skull, and La Llorona just kind of, and she like goes stiff, and just falls like straight on her back, arms kind of disoriented until unconscious.
Wait. That was all of my turns, yes?
Movement, headbutt, you have one more.
I have one more.
Mm-hmm.
Is she out for the count?
She seems to be unconscious for a while. You don't know how long she's going to stay that way, though.
Okay. Then I'm going to turn. Is there anyone nearby her?
Chupacabra is nearby, and Imperatriz is somewhere in the area. You don't know where she is.
I'm going to look back at 10,000 Trueno, look at El Chupacabra, and like taunt them. By holding up La Llorona by her hair and being like, "You want this to be you?"
Give me an intimidation check.
Okay.
Same plus 12.
With a plus 12 again? Okay. I'm gonna use my other hero point.
Okay.
Why not? Why not? We only get so many, and I'm really glad that I did. That is 23.
All right, 23. Yeah, they look. Chupacabra looks at La Llorona and looks at you and goes, "Ooh. Ooh," and then kind of turns around to leave. But they are walking into 10K Trueno, and we're gonna put a bit of like a weird time stop there as we jump up to Ichi. Ichi, you're now in the second hell, Lifroa of Malfeasance. I need you to give me a reflex save. Beat a 12.
All right.
12 or up, I
shouldn't have a problem because my reflex is good. Wow, that's sure is a close one. 13.
13.
And my bonus is 9. So like I rolled so low.
Oh, by a hair. So as she's like pummeling you, you kind of look up and you see there's this other pendulum just swinging low on the ground. If you don't move, it's going to clock you in the top of your noggin. So you kind of roll over to your shoulder just in time to have this pendulum just swing high. You see Aruzuka Kui like almost with insane focus. Like, I don't care about my well-being. I'm going to punch her as the pendulum just narrowly dodges her face. You don't lose any momentum, but you're still pinned, getting punched in the face. What are you gonna do?
Okay. I am going to. So I'm pinned, but can I like duck down and grab her legs?
You can absolutely grab her legs with an athletics check. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to like, as she's going for a punch, I'm going to duck and drop down, grab her legs, and like lift her up and slam her backwards.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
All right, that is a 24.
Nice. Okay, so you grab her by the legs and you just start moving her whole body. She's grabbing a hold of you, like trying to resist it, and eventually you just get her so far off that she's now in a handstand. And from there, you slowly start arching your back and wham, and you slam her just like that. You hear this terrifying you have one reaction or action until the bottom below you just breaks out and you drop both another 10 feet.
Okay, am I up against the ropes right now?
You're currently on your back, and so is she.
Okay. I'm on my back. Let me think. So if I'm on my back, can I do like that move where you like do like kind of a roll and then jump up on your feet but try to like slam the ground to break the floor?
Yes, you can. Absolutely, like a nice little kip up like she did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me.
Onto her?
You want to do it onto her?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check.
All right. Not so good. That's 12.
So you try to do the kind of kip up backwards or forward, and you just do a thing where like you roll into your shoulders and your legs are just shooting awkwardly like a turtle who just can't quite right themselves. And that's one action as you do that. But that thrusting, awkward motion is enough. Give me a reflex save as you fall 10 feet.
That's 24.
24. Okay, perfect. So you're falling. First of all, you both are falling. As you're falling, you start to kind of notice that Elazuru Kukui is falling a little faster than you. And that with a quick jump and flip, you're able to get some distance from her body and land in kind of this really nice tuck and roll three-point hero stance. While Elazuru Kukui just wham, hits the ground hard. That will be the end of your turn, as you are now in the third hell. Welcome to Lord Pythus, the serpent tongue of lies. And suddenly you see runes all over this metal cage. They just go ding, ding, ding. Suddenly everything is pitch black. You cannot see anything. You are both blind until you break out of Pythus's third hell of lies. And much to your chagrin, all you hear is yeah. So still enough. So suddenly, out of nowhere, you feel this horrendous, sharp metal clang in the back of your head, and the back of your head just kind of immediately seizes into hot pain. And you don't know what just hit you, but it was sharp and it was metal. And clang! As soon as you feel that, you hear, "I found you!" And then you can just feel the other attempts against you with the weapon of choice. One of them will miss, the other one will hit. As you get hit again, this time in the small of your back. And at this point that you know this is a steel bat, you have no idea where she got this from. So you're going to lose 24 momentum as she makes 2 successful bat strikes against you. And she is going to gain 24 for having 2 successful strikes against you. With penalty, she rolled very high. That being said, it is now 10K Trueno! And now we go off the time freeze. You have Chupacabra running at you. Having been terrified by a Slamanthal holding up Lale Rona, like, you want to be like her? What do?
Earlier, when Itchy knocked down the barbed wire bat, did it land outside on our side? Or
yeah, it did kind of go out and fall harmlessly to the arena.
Would it be possible for a little rewind for Torino to pick that up using an action?
You can use an action to have that bat. And now you have Chupacabra coming your way. 2 actions left.
All right. As he gets to his way, as he's running towards Torino, Torino's gonna do that. That Austin setup where he kicks the guy in the gut and has him double over.
Yeah.
He does that, and then he puts the barbed wire bat between the guy's teeth.
Oh, and then does the head smash into it?
No.
No?
He's going to give a wink and make that kind of a kissy face sound, like, and then super kicks them in the mouth where the bat is.
Ooh. Oh, now we're getting some good hardcore lucha. All right, give me a D20. Just get on the dice, get a 10 up.
Does it have to be a 10 up, or can it be just a 10?
Well, a 10 is fine. It has to be a 10 or up on the D20.
All right, it's a 10.
Nice. Yeah, you guys hear it. He does this whole smoochy thing, and then does his kick. You hear the slap of his hand against his thigh, and then you hear the sickening crack and the metal ting of the metal bat just being driven into Chupacabra's face. They just kind of stumble back a bit, and they are out. I will say you have 1 action left.
Torino's going to call that move, "Lisa needs a dental plan."
Oh, shit.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so they are out. Next, you technically have 1 action left. You want to use that, or you just want to move on?
Is there anybody else standing around?
You see Imperatriz is nowhere to be found, but you know she's not here. And El Paso de Chabalba seems to be slowly kind of getting his bearings back.
Okay, would it be possible for Torreno to use a hold move, and I'm going to let that move be a combo move between him and Samantha against them?
Ooh.
And I'm going to let Samantha decide how that double team move is decided.
Yeah, I will definitely let you withhold action to use a tag team move with Slamantha. That being said, it is Slamantha's turn. So, De Paso de Shalbaba is coming back up, and Trueno is signaling for the double team. What are you going to do?
Amazing. Well, as they get back up, Samantha is gonna run, and she's going to basically, what she's gonna do is she's going to assist 10,000 Trueno, if you'll allow me to narratively do this, Michael.
Yep.
She's going to run, she's going to kneel, and encourage 10,000 Trueno to use her shoulders as a jumping off point to dive bomb this person so they stay down.
Do you mind if I modify the dive?
Go for it.
Torreno, when he jumps off Samantha's shoulders, he's going to do kind of a flip into a corkscrew, into a black arrow splash.
Okay, so here's what I want from you guys. Give me an athletics check, Sidney. Again, get a 10 up on the D20.
I'm going to use a hero point.
Okay. What you got, Sidney? No? What was the number on the D20?
It was 3, PJ.
Oh, no. Okay. And what was your number, Michael?
My first roll was a 3 as well, but my second roll was a 19.
Okay. So, you run off Samantha's shoulders, you get to the top, she's about to, throw you, but her hand slips off your boot. You end up doing a perfect execution of this maneuver onto Samantha as you slip and spiral off and crash down upon her. Then at that point you hear this and two large hands grab you both by your collars, and you just see coming from into plain view this empty skull screaming with green fire protruding from its eyelids as the pastor, the shepherd of Shabalba, just screams. Next, Ichi, you're in the dark, everything hurts, and you can still hear the metallic ding as the steel bat bounces off your lower spine.
Ooh. Okay. Let's see how I'm gonna do this. I am going to taunt Elkquay Jr. And with my taunt, I'm going to be attempting to get an audible reaction, for which I will listen and then make an attempt to grapple them.
Okay. Roll for me a deception check.
Okay. That is 15.
Okay. You make this attempt at saying something, but all you hear back is it is enough to know where they are. What I'm going to say is this will be removing the blind penalty for this one round, but not give you any bonuses.
Got
so
it.
a general idea of where she is. What do you want to do with the 2 actions?
So with the taunt, what I said, just so it's out there, is I'll say, so I guess you couldn't win this on your own, could you? You had to make that deal. And then I listened for the creepy laugh, which I knew was coming because they're creepy. And then I'm gonna shoot my hand out and try to grab their leg or anything else that can be grabbed.
Grappened. I love that word.
And this is my athletics. 25.
Yeah, so you hook, not only do you grab her, but you hook her knee. What do you want to do next? You have her in a very powerful position.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume I like feel like I'm near the ground. Like either I wasn't on the ground, but I think I was like crouching down.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am low, grabbing her knee, and then I'm just going to force it upwards and try to get her back into the ground, like slam straight into the ground.
Give me another athletics check.
All right. 27.
Give me a reflex save.
$19.
Okay. So as you pick her up from by the knee and you just kind of like use your left hand for steadying, you kind of teeter her over, slam her down this modified choke slam, knee slam. The minute she hits, you can feel the whole ground kind of shake with the weight, but instead of coming back up, it goes and the cell breaks out. Immediately, you're able to grab a hold of the chain link and you come swinging into the next arena safely on this chain link fence. She just plummets down to the ground again, and the laughter gets louder. Once she hits the ground, she seems to almost pop straight back up from a full flat position. Her smile is getting whiter and whiter under that leather face mask, and she gets up. It'll be her turn. You are now told that you are in the lair of Tshuka, the devil of lust. Originally said to be the valet of Adaraya, the god of love, but jealous of his position and domain, they wanted their own love domain. They fell to the devils for a false promise of being able to have their own love domain, and when they fell to the nine hells and was given the chance, they were so angry and so understanding of what love really meant that it became twisted and turned into just this destructive passion. To represent their three-headed mantelpiece, like a almost like a Venus flytrap, you look around and you hear this, and you realize the entire arena is a giant bear trap as it's coming up, slamming and coming back down. On each of your turns, you must now make a DC 18 reflex save or lose 20 momentum as it pokes you. That being said, it is her turn. She fails. And as she fails, you see her, it's the creepiest thing. She almost laughs as the bear trap slams into her body. She moves with the impact, shakes it off, looks at you with wide, terrifying eyes. And she runs up to you with a steel bat and an open hand, kind of moving over and under the bat. Ooh. If only I had a rule for critting. So, she is going to use 25 of her 30 heat to use a signature move. She puts the bat in front of your neck, puts her hand around it into a modified headlock, choking you on the bat. From there, she does like a back arch and does a backflip, slamming you onto your back with a bat headlock. Welcome to Bat Country. As she flips and slams you in, the ground beneath you opens up again and you fall to the next hell. I need you to make a reflex save. And while she is falling, she is going to attempt to remove your mask.
Oh, that was so close to a 20, but it was not a 20. It was there and then it went boop. It is going to be, you said reflex, right?
Yep.
So it is a 23.
23. As you're falling and your neck feels, you can feel this immense fire, like bile is just kind of lurched up from your chest into your throat as this bat has just crushed you, your front and your back. As you're falling, you can feel her fingers trying to get at the back of your mask to find the latch so she can remove it. She's fumbling, and eventually you grab her by the hand, you swing away, and you push off. She lets herself fall like a rag doll, getting up slowly, and then she just kind of goes, give me that mask. You are now in the 5th hell. Saval, the devil goddess of torture and suffering. Here, suddenly, weapons rain from the sky like salt over a finely cooked steak. You see she is surrounded in her forte. And in this area, all hardcore weapons do double effect.
Describe hardcore.
Hardcore. In the wrestling terms, usually this is when someone uses a, shall we say, improvised weapon with great acumen, whether you're slamming a chair into someone or slamming someone into a chair. And you're looking at someone whose specialty is hardcore fighting.
Got it.
That being said, I believe it is now 10,000 Trueno's turn, as Ichi and Kukui just went kakoof, kakoof, kakoof. 10,000 Trueno, you come to on the back of a flattened Slamantha. What are you gonna do?
Who is? Because I remember. I'm forgetting the wrestler's name.
El Pastor de Xibalba currently has a hand on your collar and is screaming at you as green fire just comes out of his face.
All right. I was wondering, first action, if I could reverse it into an arm bar.
Yes, give me an athletics check to apply the submission hold.
It's going to be where the arm bar is going to end up with him on Sabalba's back.
Xibalba's back.
With him,
Okay.
with him pulling back on the arm.
Yeah, I'll make that all one. I'll make that 2 actions, but 1 roll.
That's 12. 27.
27. Very nice. Yeah, you just, like Spider-Man, you get on his back, you put him in this awesome arm lock. You said arm bar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get him an awesome arm
back
bar.
on the arm.
Yeah, you see, so Slamantha, you see the Shepherd of Xibalba sitting there as a full man is on his arms, so, like stretching it a little too far back, and he's just looking at you with green eyes of fire. This is definitely hurting him, but looking at him, you cannot tell this is having any effect on his body.
Great.
It's going to have an effect on the last action, though.
Oh no, what are you doing, sir?
We're going to some small joint manipulation.
Oh no. Okay.
Tornato's going to grab with one hand, 2 fingers here.
Mm-hmm.
The other hand, 2 fingers here. Actually, wait, first it's going to be 2 fingers here, and then with the free hand, he looks at the crowd, goes, shh.
Oh no.
And then with his other hand, now takes the 2 fingers here, and basically crack.
There's a hand. Okay, finger break. Give me an athletics check to break his fingers. Never thought I had to say that out loud on the stream.
That's a good roll. Let me just do some math.
While you're doing that really fast, because a special move or a signature move, I should say, was used, her heat goes all the way down to 0, but, or at least loses the 25 heat, but you lose 25 momentum, Sam, from that signature move of Bat Country being used on you. So make sure to apply that to your momentum.
29 PJ.
29. Yeah, sorry about this. I'm not going to go to details, but they're broken. And they break, and you see him sitting there again. No reaction.
Great.
Just terrifying. So with the end of Trueno, again, it's effective, but he's basically a lich, so he doesn't feel the pain. Top of the next round, Slamantha, you're watching this horrible thing. His hands are all whatever. What do you do?
I'm looking at 10,000 Trueno like, and I'm just gonna try and punch him in the face to knock him out so he doesn't have to deal with finger breaking anymore and he can just take a nap.
Make him say night night.
Night,
Roll the hit.
It was plus 12, correct? Right? I keep asking you that. It never changes. 27.
27. So as 10,000 Trueno's on his arm, fingers are broken. You just get up, boom, big right shot to the jaw. He just like, and he falls over. The fire just goes out like you snuffed a candle.
Good night. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so that was one action, yes?
One action.
One action. Okay. Samantha, is there any? Okay. Who else is left?
Imperatriz, you have no idea where she is.
No idea where she is.
Mm-hmm.
Crap. Okay. Can I do a perception check?
Yep. One action perception check. Go right ahead.
Okay. Is that a plus 12 again?
Yes,
14.
ma'am. 14. You can't quite find her, but you're looking all over on the bottom floor, and you see bodies everywhere, and you see some of the people, like some of the heroes, climbing up. You cannot see Imperatriz anywhere on the floor.
Ruh-roh. Samantha's gonna use her last action to call out to 10,000 Toronto and be like, "We're missing Imperatriz. That's probably really bad." And that's my turn.
Okay. Next up, Ichi. How's that momentum looking? You just took a really massive shot.
I'm doing all right.
All right. Now remember,
I'm doing all right.
Okay. In order to remove the mask, you need 5 successful attempts. Just an athletics check with intent. Just say, like, I'm using an action to go for that mask. So,
Got it.
now's a chance to really start working on it. It's your turn. What are you gonna do?
Okay. First of all, are there chairs around in here?
Oh, there is so many chairs. You see chairs, you see wooden canes, you see trash cans. There's anything you can imagine.
Ooh, trash cans, like the metal trash cans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna grab a trash can, and I'm gonna do my signature move, the running double circle of life, with a trash can.
Yeah.
So I'm going
trash.
because I'm taking out the trash. So yeah, so I'm going to be running, and I'm gonna plant the trash can, do like my circle around it, and then just pick it up on the way around and slam.
Heck yeah. Okay, I'm gonna consider this a gamble because that's a signature move and everything. Give me an athletics check as you're doing this amazing flip with all the muscle in the world.
Gonna use my hero point, my last one. All right, let's see. Athletics. Oops, I hit the wrong button. It's definitely not 123.
No,
I think
it
it's
is 123.
I
That's
think
a
it's a
crit.
crit. I think it's a crit. Yeah.
I think that's a crit, yeah. It's a 28.
28. Yeah. So you do this massive flip, and the big maneuver and the crack, and you can hear everyone hears the big from all over the arena. You oh god, you empty her momentum entirely with that double effect of that gamble. You get 25 momentum and 15 heat from this amazing gamble move, and she is just, the minute you hit her with it, like, her eyes are kind of drooping down, shoulders go, she's a little wounded and dizzy. You have 2 actions left. What are you gonna do?
Okay, I am going to drop the trash can. I'm going to grab her and just try to pull the mask off.
All right, give me an athletics check to try to wrench this off of her head.
Right, on dice. That is a 22.
Nice. Make sure. Okay, so you grab her, you start pulling off. You can actually feel the mask itself like wiggle and resist, like something's stuck in a bag. And then as you move it, your hands come off, the mask just reattaches to her face. You have 1 success. You need 4 more, and I think
Okay.
you have 1 more action you can take.
I'm gonna try again. I am gonna try again.
Go ahead. Go for that other time.
All right, that's 1 more than last time, so that's a 23. Wait,
Yeah, 23. I
yeah,
think.
23. Yeah.
Yeah. So, same situation. She seems to be a little out of it, but you're grabbing this mask and it's moving again, like a rat trapped in a cellophane bag. You can feel movement, and then again it snaps back to her face, like it's like Jim Carrey's The Mask, and you're like, what the hell's going on? It's her turn. She's unconscious. Suddenly her body seems to move like it's got a will of its own. She reaches for this massive ladder and just swings it at you. She hits. I need you to take 25 momentum as this massive ladder cracks you really hard across your head and shoulders. Okay. As she goes through the ladder, she drops it, and she's kind of unconscious. One hand reaches out and kind of snakes up the back of your head and starts wrenching on the back of your mask. The first time, it almost all goes off in one fell swoop. But then her hand, like on the back of your head, adjusts, trying to get more, and then slips off. She has 1 success, 2 failures. She's catching up to you. Ain't much, though. That is her turn. Welcome to Saval's suffering and torture. As long as you're here, all hardcore weapons do double momentum and gain double heat when used. So next up, 10K Trueno. What are you gonna do?
He hears Samantha basically yelling to him about Imperialix. He nods over to her, and can I use one action to search?
Yeah, give me a perception check. Basically, it's plus 12 to whatever you roll. I need a 10 up on the die face.
Oh yeah. 30.
Oh, yeah. So as you're looking, you see Imperatrix is now on the 5th cell by the side, and she's basically using bolt cutters to break her way in. She has been taking this entire time to sneak up there, unbeknownst to everyone else.
Toronto's going to use his next 2 actions to basically use them all to kind of climb up the cage, up towards that. As he's doing that, he's going to yell over at Samantha going, "There!" Basically just, "There!"
Yikes.
The audience starts to get electrified. Now, the man of 10,000 storms is climbing up slowly, meeting Madame Imperatrix, and they're like, oh, someone gonna fall. Oh, someone gonna have a big fall. Oh, like the audience is so hyped for this terrible dread that may happen. You have crawled from the base up to the 8th cell. You have 3 more cells to go to get to Imperatrix. That being said, Samantha, your turn. You see and hear 10K Trueno, who's climbing up to Madame Imperatrix, and you see her clears a bell, just cutting open the fence.
There's nobody left on the ground, right? We've taken care of everybody.
You've taken care of everyone. The heroes are finishing off whoever's still left. You even see like El Toro Fuerte putting a mask of punishment on someone.
Awesome. Then I'm going to follow. I'm going to follow 10K Trueno. And I'm going to go after Imperatrix before she can get into the ring. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
All right, give me an athletics check. It's plus 12, but plus 4 if you use your entire movement to go. So that'd be plus 16.
Are you sure I'm going to do plus 16?
Yes.
That's so much. That's so much. 31.
So, 10K Trueno, you tell Samantha. She looks at you. She Hulk jumps up like 10 feet and then just starts climbing hand over hand.
I'm gonna get her.
All right. You're getting close. You're getting close, though. She will take... Okay. Imperatrix looks like she's getting through that fence almost. She's almost getting there. Ichi. You can tell the plane is flying, but there's no pilot in the cockpit, as the body is just kind of moving like a marionette doll now. What do you do?
Oh, creepy. Okay, I am going to get low to the ground and just do a sudden charge straight into the center of mass of her body and try to take her down. So basically try to use my momentum to slam her down into the ground, hopefully breaking down into the next floor.
All right, give me the athletics check.
Ooh, that's a good one. All right. Still got a calculator though, because I'm sad. 31. Is that right?
Oh, I'll take that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So you do this sick spear tackle, just like the impact of your shoulder meeting her gut is so loud. There's actually an audible like drum slap. She goes back down. The whole fence just goes, gives out like a bubble bursting when you poke it, and just fall. You just fall another 10 feet. If you want to maintain the grapple, you can take the fall damage and lose momentum. If you want to do a reflex save, you will lose the grapple, but not lose momentum.
Want to maintain the grapple.
Okay. Lose 12 momentum as you fall and land still in the grapple position. Because you're still grappled, I will give you 2 actions left.
Okay. I am going to try to take the mask off.
All right, give me another athletics check.
$24.
Nice. You start wrenching on this mask, and then you start having this creepy moment where you're not sure if you're pulling the mask or her hair, as it looks like her mask is trying to literally like recede, and the hair starts popping through. You're almost about to get it, but of course the whole creepy factor just overwhelms you, and the thing just starts to move back in place. You have 1 more action left.
Ooh, doing it again. I'm taking it.
All right, give me an athletics check one more time.
That looks good to me. That's a 28.
28. That is your 4th success. 1 more, and this mask is off her face. Her turn. I need everyone to make a perception check.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Natural 20.
Nice.
Too bad it wasn't on something else. That's okay.
Dirty
Look
20.
at that good dice,
20,
too.
nice.
It's
Ooh.
nice. We're just going to do it's focusing, so we're going to do a close up. Yeah, everyone. Okay.
Yes, dice. It's your time. Shine. All right. So, can't hear you, Sidney. So sorry.
Oh no, I was chanting quietly. Get that mask. Get
Oh.
that mask. But I didn't want to be distracting, so I whispered.
I didn't roll as well. I got a 14.
14. Okay. Sidney and Michael. It's raining? It's raining. It's weird. It was all of a sudden. Sam, the shadow that followed Elazul Kakui is now growing out of the stadium and into the sky and starts to spread. Inside the shadow, it almost looks like it's attempting to form a humanoid form. You can see shoulders and arms stretching across the entire arena. It's almost forming fingers from the shadow. And as this thing begins to grow bigger and bigger, you see El Azul Kakui, like their eyes are closed, they're unconscious, and the smile starts to curl upward as it's smiling. And then you hear the voice of the announcer, but for some reason, even though you can hear the words, it's just this odd warbled effect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 6th floor. Al Muhammad, the devil god of contracts and cunning. In this cell, they will be bound as if by law. Suddenly, these giant iron manacles clasp on your forearm, clasps on hers, and a chain connects you two. You are now forced to be within 5 feet of each other at all times. You cannot move farther away. And it's her turn. So as she's like on the ground, her hands kind of up, suddenly she just kind of like looking at like an episode of like Thriller, just kind of she grabs the chain, pulls you in, and she grabs, like, she starts binding it up in her hand to just punch you with a hardcore improvised weapon of chain to the dome. She hits, you lose 12 momentum as she just cold cocks you with a chain as you just reel from the pain. She then reaches over with her other hand at your mask. It was cocked. Her fingers slip off the soft and delicate texture, and then all of a sudden you see one of her fingers kind of almost break out of joint to start wiggling to your mask, gathers it, and starts wrenching on your face. She has 1 success. Again, she is now halfway there. 2 to your 4.
Yikes.
She is closing in. And until you leave this area, you will be within grapple distance, 5 feet apart from each other. That being said, it is now 10K Trueno's turn. If you want to go after Imperatriz, you're going to have to give me more climbs. You can do an athletics check to get a total of 16 if you use your entire turn to get there.
So if I use all 3 of my actions, does that mean I get up there, or just 1 action of 3?
Let's see, you were at 8. This point, if you use all 3 actions to get there, you'd be approaching the 6th floor.
Okay. You know what? He's gonna climb up as far as he can.
Okay, give me an athletics check. It's D20 plus 16 with all your movements.
That's 31.
Damn. Yeah, you just start doing like this kind of like animal run up the fence, and every time you do, Samantha, you can see sparks coming off the fence as he's touching it and running up. The rain starts to get heavier. Samantha, your turn.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
All right.
Oh. You said you need above a 10 on the die face?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I sure did not get that.
What'd you get?
A 7.
But it is a +4 as well.
Oh.
That'd be a 23. That's a success.
Yay! Okay, cool.
So you start catching up to him, and you're just Hulk jumping up this massive structure. You're also on the 6th one. You know that with 1 action, you're going to grab Imperatriz.
Okay.
You hear a loud pop and snap as she has cut the last chain link, and this person-sized hole just kind of falls over 60, 70 feet to the ground behind you.
Rats.
That being said, Ichi, your turn.
What happens when I hit 0 momentum? I'm not there yet, but what happens? I forget.
If you hit 0 momentum, in theory, you're still fine. However, if they can hit you with the signature or finishing move when you're at 0 momentum, it's an automatic 3-count pin. But no falls counted anywhere, so they can't pin you anywhere if they wanted to.
Got it. And getting momentum again, what are my ways to do that?
You can get momentum from come on, brain. Taunting, successfully hitting with anything, and you get more momentum if you are to put gambles, including taunting and then doing something.
Okay. I'm going to do a taunt.
Mm-hmm.
Start. Hopefully get just a little bit of momentum back. I am going to, as I'm chained in melee range, having just taken some chain to the face.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, this isn't a problem. I was never going to run from you anyway. What is that roll going to be?
For the taunt, that will be in your case, I'm going to say intimidate.
$25.
So, yeah, you're building up momentum as you're like, I wasn't going to run anyway. And she's just kind of unconscious. 2 actions, what are you going to do?
just creeped out. How much momentum was that? Just so I can keep track, because I
5
got
momentum.
Okay.
5 momentum, yeah.
That one that good, but all right, because it's so creepy. All right, I'm just going for it. I'm going for the mask.
All right, athletics check.
And I have a question. Does this check count as a skill check?
This isn't. Yes, it's an athletics check. It is a skill check.
Okay. I'm very glad I asked, because I am going to use my feet to my spiritual guide's feet to re-roll, because that was a 1.
Oh no!
I had a feeling, I had a vibe that this was going to be a bad roll, and I've been saving this feat because I can only use it once a day. So if I fail, I can re-roll, and the spirits help me somehow. So you can tell me how that happens.
Okay, sure.
Okay, come on, re-roll. Okay, God, that's so much better. That's a 29. Thank you, spirits. Thank you, spirits.
You're like, you say your taunt, and then you kind of pull her in, and you're gonna go for the mask, and your hand, you pull her in, she kind of ducks in too quickly, and your hand reaches out, and then suddenly you hear this voice, and it's just this old man's voice saying, "Remember, it's on the hips," and like, put your hand on your hip, you get the whole back of her mask. You're like, you recognize your grandfather's voice saying that, and you grab the back of the mask and you just yank off with all of your might. And the minute you do, you see in your hand is this disgusting shriveled beef jerky mask. And as you pull it off, you hear this horrific scream. Joe, cut the music. You hear this horrible scream, just, ah! And it's coming from her, screaming, and she just keeps screaming like she's on fire. She's just like grabbing everything, screaming. And it's at that time, the shadow starts to grow eyes, and she just continues to scream. And she just grabs the chain link fence like a scared animal. And it's at that point that the rain gets heavier. You hear the and you start to see the midnight sky at 3 p.m. part. And that's when 10K Trueno, who's on the fence, looks up. He goes, oh, you screwed up now. Oh, you screwed up now. Ladies and gentlemen, where there's thunder, there's lightning. And a crack of light flashes in the sky. And like Batman in Gotham, you see running Rempalgo standing on the head of a dragon, looking deeply into the eyes of madness and darkness. And they both just curdle with righteous fury. And she starts running. And as she does, you see sparks of lightning kicking off her like the Flash. She jumps off the dragon. She turns to a bolt of lightning. And she strikes the growing shadow in the temple. Poof, like a lightning bolt, she flies. You can hear this horrible. And at this point, that hurt. At this point, you see Elizurkakui just kind of like, she's clutching her heart and she's shaking, and the dragon roars and dives into the darkness. You see bolts of lightning firing out of this pitch black of death and destruction as this dragon roars and screams in this deep and angry howl, a rage that has been waiting stymied in a pool of water for 1,000 years. And finally, the dragon of the temple has done its job. It has stopped corruption from taking over the way of the warrior. And you just see the dragon grabbing this thing in its mouth and starts moving towards the sky. The rain keeps pelting down as bolt of lightning lands. And Riding Rampalgo looks at the arena, sees all the warriors splayed apart, and with one hand gesture, you see everyone kind of get up. And she looks at them. Do better. And then lightning bolt back into the sky. And you see Shababa, like, the green flames in his eyes slowly change, turning into a red fire. Huh? What? Who dare control the realm of the dead? As all the other Lucha who is sided with El Azul Kukui starts coming at this weird trance, you even hear Chupacabra like, why am I wearing this? This isn't my mask. I'm supposed to be the lioness. What is this? And she just takes off. La Llorona's like, where's my husband? I'm not a wrestler. I'm not a lucha. Where's my husband? And she goes storming off. And you just see in the ring, like clutching her heart on her knees, El Azul Kukui, who's just, and the announcer comes in. Ladies and gentlemen, after 5, count them, 6 hells, the winner by mask off, and once again, champion of the temple, Ichi Papakui, the Grapasifatorita! Suddenly, the whole arena collapses down to the center. The whole metal pyramid just opens up into this amazing kind of like a staging area. And so Kukui is just kind of shaking. As they give you your belt, you start seeing everyone just screaming. Your mother and dad are like, yeah, you did it. And finally, Elizabeth Kukui's eyes kind of focus. She stands up slowly. She looks at you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. They hand you your belt. She takes it from them. She looks to you. She grabs your hand, puts your belt in your hands, and throws your hand into the air. And she says, ladies and gentlemen of the temple, the granddaughter of the great peace, the hero of our time, and the true owner of this belt that I, through madness and jealousy, wrongfully stole. And suddenly, this light just breaks from the sky as you see all of your family members, all of the ghosts of your grandfather and your grandfather's father and your grandmother and your uncle flood you, and they pick you up. And normally when you have these visions, it's a vision, it's a sense. But for one day of a year, you know without a shadow of a doubt that the ghost of your uncle is real, as Pepe looks at his dead dad's ghost. And he's like, Dad, I did it. And your uncle looks at him and goes, Mio, you did. You found the message. Yeah, Dad, I did. Ichi's the best. She helped me find my way. My way was you. It's like, yes, it was, man. Yes, it was, my son. Remember, fly from the lily pad of justice. Make a splash everywhere you go. I'll never forget, Dad. You see Chanti come running in, and she slides on her knees and just goes, yeah! And like a lava flume just roars out of her as fire just makes a pillar to the sky. You're being held on the shoulders of your ancestors, of your friends, of your living family, as your parents hug you and kiss you, and they whisper in your ear that they have never been so proud of you. And it was hard to watch, but it was so beautiful to see you overcome it. And there's little Pangolina. I knew you couldn't lose. No way. No how.
No how. Ichi is surrounded by the crowd and seeing her parents there to watch her lucha when they were always so busy. You know, they could never really come out to lucha practice or any of her games, and because they work so hard and they had other things to worry about. And see her friends and her uncle and his son and the spirits, and she feels so uplifted, but she looks around and is there a microphone nearby? Is there the announcer's stand?
He absolutely gives you this beautiful golden mic with gemstones and like rainbow feathers. He's like, yes, please, please.
Thank you, South Azmocan. I'm very proud to win this back and be the champion again. But there's something more important I want to talk about tonight. The way of Lucha is not built by one person, by one winner. And as you can see, sometimes forces that are greater than us come in, and every single one of us has the responsibility to fight those things back. And then she thinks to herself, she's conflicted. Does it seem like the crowd like witnessed the darkness that was like a supernatural darkness here?
Oh yeah, the crowd, you got a sense that they weren't quite being aware of what was happening, but seeing a giant dragon god and his guardian and the avatar of Quetzalcoatl drag this thing out of the arena, that's too big to ignore.
Yeah. Ichi says, the darkness is real. There are things out there that can tear apart life as we know it. And we all need to watch out for those things. And it's different than just having a belt or being a champion or winning something shiny or having a brand deal. You know, I mean, they're nice, but when we fight for Lucha, we fight for everything we know and everything we love. And I've got to leave Azmocan after this again, and I'm gonna miss every one of you. But I'm fighting for something bigger, and I hope you all can find those things too. And before I give this mic back, she like starts to hand it and then like snatches it. And before I give this mic back, I just want to shout out to my friends. They're really great. Alona and Rufa and Shinabus and Wimmer and like the intern and everyone else. Thank you, everyone.
You hear off in the distance, I outrank you, damn it!
And then she starts to give it back one more time, and then she snatches it again. She's like, wait. Cut the music, cut the music.
Joe, cut the music. Can we get Joe to cut? Thank you, Joe. So
Can we make Joe Cannon like the conductor of like the music in the studio?
Oh, trust me, I'm already making Joe an NPC in our world.
Beautiful, beautiful. So Ichi says, cut the music. One last thing, and then and that's it. This is Shantico. I know you all might know her as the best barista in all of Azmocan. She's more than that. She's her own woman. She's amazing and powerful and strong. And people like her are going to keep Lucha alive. So I may have won this round, but all eyes on her because she's amazing. And I just want everyone to know that. Then Ichi hands the mic back.
All right. They take the mic back. They wrap the belt around your waist, secure it. The minute that happens, you look, and the hands tightening around your waist is no longer the priest, but you see your grandmother. And she's just kind of shining the skull from the mask and just kind of like wipes a little sweat out of your eye. She says, "You did me proud. Listen, this belt is a symbol. It only means what you put into it. And looks like there's a lot of room left for you to put some stuff in this belt. I'll get you started.
Are you telling me I should eat more churros to fill this out better?
That's your choice. I can't make
Okay.
that choice for you. But suddenly, she brings out a spirit of your relative. I found him I found him. He can't decide where he wants to go. He looks to you and goes, "Hi, you don't know me. I'm like a cousin 40 times removed. I died like 500 years ago. I don't know where I'm going. I want to be happy, but I'm really tired. I'm really, really tired. I don't want to fight. I don't want to run around and jump and play all day. I just want to sleep. I just want to rest. And I feel like I should go that way or that way. I don't know. There's good things over there." And he points to El Phoenix in his army of the life and goes, "And there's good things over there." And he points to Lady Mila Mirtes and her army of 1,000 rested souls. Maybe you can help me make up my mind where I should go.
Oh man. Well, cousin. I guess you say you're tired, but what gives you life?
People around me being happy. That makes me happy. Making them happy, that's what I've always lived for.
You know, we got a lot of family over on that side.
Yeah.
And I'm always happy to see family, and I think all of our family is.
You're looking to the life side, correct? He looks over there and he goes, Yeah, I think I'm gonna go that way. Give it a shot, see what it's like. Have some fun. See you again, hopefully not too soon." And as he walks away, you see this beautiful white light as El Phoenix just kind of says, like, he's like, "Yeah, come on, man." And the white light just kind of, and as he fades into that white light, your belt begins to glow. And one of the eyes in the skull, shing, there's this quiet little bright flash. And you can see a gleam in its right eye. Your family title has now become the relic that you will carry for the rest of the game. This relic has 5 slots that will be upgraded depending on systematically helping choose which one of your family's lost spirits goes to life or death or other. Depending on how you make that choice for them, as rough as that is, you will get a different perk in this relic. The first relic you have unlocked as a power is the first relic of life, called Overflowing Life. And I'll give you those details later. And then once you unlock all 5 relic powers, you will get a new power. And let this be a massive flag for everyone. Each of your backstory side quests will involve your own personal backstory and relic.
Just vibing here. Just vibing. Yeah.
More details on that later. So as of right now, the side quest is ended. The adventures of Ichi and South Azmakan has concluded. You have gained your family belt back, and with your family belt, you have achieved the first relic of the game and the power of life. There's much fanfare. There's much love. I'm going to put it after credit scene here. We're going to come back to this later. But next up, the Green War still wages on in Alphon Prime. You have a handful of targets, if I recall. There's a giant orc standing in the middle of a field somewhere who hasn't moved in months. Xanakin is slowly going on the warpath, trying to outmove Korokos and steal the war away from him. And Zaka, who was in the warpath, seems to have gone off the radar. So the question is, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? You have bats and giant birds getting out of Asmacon. Thankfully, it won't be as hard as it was to get in. But the question is, where are you going to go next?
You're muted, Michael.
Michael, poor guy, you're muted, dude.
I could just see right underneath the mask, the mouth moving.
I want to know if we were deciding now or next episode.
Why don't we decide right now?
Oh, okay. Well, a certain house probably should have been finished being built by now.
That's what I was thinking.
And that could be a good, pew, straight shot back home.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Because I know we may not want to make a move without the whole rest of the party here. So, we're going to kind of hand wave and say you go to Isuo's house. They let you get back to Adalvarn Prime. You're now in the major center of Adalvarn Prime City. You're not in the country below it. You're now dead set in the city. So I'm sure Woodward's going to love coming back, to this massive, omniplex. He's like, so we're going to start next episode with some downtime actions and some camping in the major city. So, I'll do the after credits scene now. So as you get there, credits roll. Welcome to Legends, blah, blah, blah. It's been a few days, maybe a week, since Ichi has won her title back and left South Asmacon. To the fanfare, to the heroic parade, the churros, the coffee, everything that she has loved about her people, about her home, it is being done to the millionth degree. Her family has taken all these days off from work so they could be with their daughter in her most prized moment. Shanti is brewing the best coffee, and not out of irony or cringe, but out of love. Eventually, you go to Isuo's house. They all say goodbye. Massive parade fanfare. They keep chanting your name. They chant your war cry. And your family has this, they're now 3 inches taller for rock dwarves. This sense of pride. So busy where have they been working that they forgot that even if they don't fight in the ring, they still descend from a culture of amazing warriors. And your dad and mom kind of like have a new air about them, a new power. You teleport to Adalvarn Prime. A simple twist of a key and turn of a lock, and before you know it, what was on that door is no longer home. It's now a massive city. Flash to the arena and the temple. As I said, it's been about a week or so. It's dark. Not because of any madness, but because it is easily late at night. Genuine, beautiful stars light up this wide, empty sky. There's an electricity in the arena. Anticipation, hype, a soft murmur. The music has just finished playing. The war priests of the temple are sitting down and waiting patiently. 2 warriors crack their neck and loosen up. In this corner, the goddess of fire herself. In this corner, Princess Pangolina can't stop, no way, no how. They look at each other across the mat. They smile. They salute each other. And they say, for Ichi, for Lucha, for home. And they square up. And as they start the match, that is where we are going to end episode 51 of Edge of Legend. Lucha is in great hands. South Asmacon is in wonderful hands. And the heroes have gone back to Adalvarn Prime. When we come back in episode 52, my favorite number, we are going to see what happens now. They're back on the Green Army. Also, the experience points and loot from this journey. And of course, fighting the Red Rock Tribe forever ago. You're going to get that. We never really disseminated that. So it's going to be a whole bunch of magical items and stuff for you guys to have. And without further ado, everyone, please Let's say goodbye, starting with Mr. Michael Powell. Tell them who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Well, 1 second. Let me just get my glasses on here.
Oh, you got to put that on too?
My glasses. Man. I can see, Well, anyway.
Are they upside down? No, they're upside. Okay.
Oh, they're upside down. Yeah. Well, Rufa now is also a very rich man.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I am Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. Or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff like my YouTube channel, which is called Fantastic Tales of Adventure. And on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm on a show called Toyzilla Live over at the Toyzilla Network channel, where we talk about toy news and nostalgia stuff. It's a lot of fun, and I hope to see you there.
Awesome. Next up, Sidney, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, my name is Sidney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sidney Rubino on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. I also have my own YouTube channel where I read lore, myths, and fairy tales, and then we decipher the morals, we talk about them. So if you like being read to and that sounds like something that interests you, come find me over there. I post videos every Tuesday. And yeah, thanks for being here. You're all super great.
Thank you indeed. Well, last but not least, the champion of the hour herself, Sam. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Woo. Wild time, everyone. So, hello, I am Sam Sterling, and you can find me online at Hey Sam Sterling all over the internet places. I sometimes do the TikTok. I stopped after the last 2 weeks. I don't know why. I just take breaks. It's a casual thing. But check me out there. Check me out on Twitter. And that's it. Thank you for watching, everyone.
Thank you so much. And thank you for everyone that stuck around. Thank you for all the players here that made Ichi's side quest awesome. And yes, all of you have side quests. Oh, Sam, yes.
I was just going to say also thank you, Joe, for when I yelled out, cut the music. I was just thinking the audacity of Sam to ask Joe to cut the music. That's PJ's job. How dare I?
But you know what? You're not wrong. A billion thank yous to Joe, who is like the best human on the planet, and I adore him. So thank you so much, Joe, for everything. My name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.megaw, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Come find me, come friend me. Let's have fun. When I'm out here with these amazing legends, you can find me, Mr. Michael Powell, here on Tuesdays, 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. as we discuss everything related to TTRPGs. You want to learn how to build characters, you want to see all the cool new stuff coming out, well, check us out. Also, this Sunday, and this is the last time I get to hype this up, this Sunday, I finally get to play Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I'm so excited. Jasper's game day is going to be June 11th. We're going to be posting links to the place. I believe it's Ashy the Bard on her page. No Nat Ones is going to be the GM. Reap Psyche in the chat is going to be playing with us, and some other familiar faces that you may see in the streaming verse. Come watch me play. Magus champion. You know what? You might remember him. The guy who gave Alona Choco meat at the Church of Iron. In a grip upon a bear, I will be Krilling and Long Grip, the strongest root in the Tree of Iron. It is most swole to be here, my brothers. Most swole indeed. So come and see me make an ass of myself as I play a gym bro elf who wants some body positivity and just good old time with his bros. Sunday, 9 a.m. West Coast time, 12 p.m. East Coast time. I'm going to have a huge pot of coffee. And thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be rating some friends, but in the meantime, we'll see you here, same Nat time, same Nat channel, and look forward to it. And again, big love to everyone for doing this awesome side quest. Funny story, you weren't supposed to do this for another year.
I had a feeling.
I had to rush to get so much done.
Oh, no.
All right, guys. I
Great
love you
sport,
all.
PJ.
Hey, you know what? You guys make everything worth it. We're going to be going in 3, 2, 1.